This is a no BS guide to decoding what women say they want versus what they actually want. Forget the surface-level cliches and polite half-truths. This is about peeling back the layers and uncovering the raw, unfiltered truth. Women are from Venus, right? And their words often carry meanings far beyond what's spoken aloud. But what women say they want: honesty, loyalty, affection, and stability. What women really want? Someone who understands the subtleties of their emotions, who listens without dismissing, who acts without being asked. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistency, effort, and intuition. This guide isn't here to sell you a dream or sugarcoat the reality of relationships. It's about giving you the tools to understand the gap between her words and her true desires. Because here's the truth: sometimes she doesn't even realize the difference herself. At its core, this is about connection. Women want to feel seen, heard, and valued, but they might not always express that directly. Instead, they might tell you, "I'm fine," when they're not, or "do whatever you want," when they're hoping you'll choose them instead. This guide will help you navigate those moments, not to play games, but to truly understand her, and by extension, build a stronger, deeper connection. Number 1. I'll be ready in 5 minutes. Let's start with something light. How many times have you heard her say, "I'll be ready in 5 minutes," only to find yourself waiting another 20? It's such a common phrase that most men laugh it off, knowing it's rarely true. When she says this, it's not an intentional lie. It's optimism wrapped in a little self-deception. She truly wants to be ready in 5 minutes, but the process, picking the right outfit, adjusting her makeup, ensuring she feels confident, takes longer than she expects. And at its core, this is about presenting her best self to you and the world. It's not vanity, it's care. And psychologically, this connects to the phenomenon of planning fallacy, where people underestimate how long tasks will take, especially when emotions are involved. For her, those extra minutes are her way of ensuring she feels good stepping out with you. It's not just about looking good, it's about feeling good, and that can't be rushed. Number 2. Lies of attraction. Imagine you're out with her, walking through the city, and you pass a couple. Maybe the guy's more handsome than you, or maybe the two of them seem more romantic than the two of you. Out of nowhere, she leans in and says, "You're way more handsome than him," or chuckles, "Look at them, they're so cringe." It feels good to hear, doesn't it? But you should know that it's not the whole truth. These little compliments or dismissive remarks often aren't about deception. They're subtle cues. She might be comparing that couple to the relationship she dreams of, or she may wish you'd carry yourself with a bit more confidence or effort, like the man she noticed. Women rarely voice this directly. Instead, they mask it with reassurance, perhaps to avoid hurting your feelings, or to motivate you in a softer way. Psychologically, this taps into a universal truth about women. They often seek growth in their partner. Most women share a common baseline of requirements: ambition, emotional intelligence, effort. Unlike men, whose choices in attraction can be wildly diverse, women's preferences tend to converge around shared values. It's not superficial, it's evolutionary. A woman seeks a partner she can admire and grow with. Don't take the compliment and stop there. Reflect on what might have prompted it. Does she want more romance from you? A sharper sense of self-presentation? A deeper connection? A high-value man doesn't get defensive, he gets curious. By taking her subtle cues as invitations for self-improvement, you aren't just becoming the man she admires, you're showing her that her voice, even in its gentlest form, matters. Number 3. The "I am fine" lie. When a woman says, "I'm fine," it's rarely the full truth. Often, it's a placeholder for emotions she may not yet be ready or willing to share. You know it's a lie, a space she creates to avoid conflict, protect her vulnerability, or simply because she doubts you'll truly understand. Think of it as a mask, worn to maintain a fragile balance. Psychologically, this response often roots itself in societal conditioning. Women are frequently taught to downplay their feelings, to prioritize keeping peace over expressing discomfort. The "I'm fine" isn't a refusal, it's an unspoken plea for patience, understanding, and care. Stoicism reminds us that silence can speak volumes, and listening is an act of strength. Instead of retreating into your own frustration or confusion, lean in gently. Ask, "Are you sure? I care about what's on your mind." Don't just ask, show it. Don't push to talk, but don't ignore it either. The infamous "nothing's wrong" response represents more than simple deception. It's a complex psychological defense mechanism rooted in deeper emotional needs. Research by Dr. John Gottman, 2020, reveals that this response often stems from what he calls emotional flooding, where overwhelming feelings trigger a protective withdrawal. Sometimes it can mean she doesn't feel emotionally safe with you in that particular moment. In a sense, when she says, "I am fine," she often means, "Ask me again and again." It can also happen when she don't feel validated enough, so it just sometimes means a small request: validate me. And fulfilling this request is an excellent way to build trust. As a high-value man, you of course can fulfill this need. Number 4, she doesn't care. Have you ever heard her say, "I don't care," when you bring up a plan, a person, or something you enjoy? It seems straightforward, yet there's a weight to her words that doesn't quite add up. More often than not, "I don't care" doesn't mean she doesn't care. It's a shield she uses to protect herself from vulnerability. When a woman says this, it often signals that she cares deeply, but she's afraid to show it. Maybe she's worried that being too expressive might come across as needy, controlling, or insecure. Or perhaps she's protecting herself from disappointment if you don't react the way she hopes. For her, "I don't care" is a way of keeping her pride intact while quietly hoping you'll notice the truth. Psychologically, this reflects a common defense mechanism: emotional distancing. By appearing indifferent, she protects herself from feeling rejected or undervalued, but in reality, these moments are often cries for validation. She doesn't want to feel like her feelings are too much for you to handle, so she holds back, hoping you'll dig a little deeper. A stoic approach here teaches us to observe actions over words. If she says, "I don't care," but her behavior contradicts it, if she brings up the topic repeatedly or seems restless, know that it matters to her. A high-value man knows how to navigate these moments with care. Instead of brushing it off, respond with curiosity. "Are you sure? I feel like there's more to this and I'd love to understand." By validating her emotions instead of dismissing them, you create a space where she feels safe to open up, and in that safety, real connection thrives. Number 5, past relationships. When she says, "He didn't mean much to me," or "It's all in the past," do you believe her? A woman might downplay her past to avoid unnecessary conflict or jealousy. Maybe she doesn't want you to feel threatened by the memory she's tucked away. The truth is, no one's past is completely in the past. It shapes us, often in ways we don't fully realize. This behavior can be linked to what's known as impression management. She wants you to see her in a certain light, uncomplicated, secure, entirely yours. But here's where the philosophical lens comes in. Stoicism reminds us that the past, though unchangeable, informs the present. Ignoring it or pretending it doesn't matter only creates distance. What do? Don't pry, but don't dismiss it either. Trust what she chooses to share while recognizing that what's unspoken might be just as significant. Instead of reacting with insecurity or curiosity for details, focus on the now. Show her that her past doesn't threaten the foundation you're building together. A high-value man understands that love isn't about erasing history. It's about standing firm in the present, showing her that the relationship you're building is worth more than the one she's left behind. To ease it for her, you can share your story too. This way she doesn't feel shame or judged, and this is a necessary building block to build trust. Number 6. The layered lie. Have you ever heard her whisper, "You're the best I've ever had," or "No one has ever made me feel this way before"? It feels electric, right? For skeptics, yeah, of course she is lying. Maybe I am not good enough, that's why she is comparing. But it is not the real truth, nor the one "you're the best," probably. It's a layered lie. Wait, let me explain. These romantic lies aren't about manipulation, it's influence. They're about creating intimacy, fueling the connection between you. Sometimes women say things not because they're factually accurate, but because they reflect the emotional truth of the moment. Maybe you aren't the most skilled or the most romantic partner she's ever had, but right now, in her heart, you are the one who matters most. That's the truth she's expressing. Psychologically, this reflects the power of emotional amplification. When someone feels deeply connected, they naturally elevate the person in front of them. She might stretch the truth because she wants you to feel secure and adored. It's not deceit, it's an act of care, a way of cementing your bond. Here's the twist. This isn't just about her lying to you. It's about how you respond. If you bask in these words without reciprocating the energy behind them, they can eventually feel hollow. Also, if you bask in negativity, guess what? She will not like it either. But if you meet her effort with your own, telling her what she means to you, showing her she's the best thing in your life, you create a feedback loop of love and trust. A high-value man doesn't get stuck in the technicalities of truth when it comes to love. They understand how these type of compliments works and carry on with his own life. Number 7, the concession. Picture this. You're getting ready for a night out with your friends. You casually ask, "Are you okay with me going?" And she responds, "Of course, it's fine. Have fun." On the surface, it sounds like permission, even encouragement. But is it really fine? Or is there more hidden behind those words? Often, it's fine in this context isn't about her indifference. It's about her trying to mask her emotions. Maybe she doesn't want to appear controlling, or perhaps she fears you'll think she's insecure if she speaks her truth. She might genuinely want you to enjoy yourself, but part of her also worries. Will you forget about her tonight? Will she seem less important to you? Psychologically, this connects to a deeper need for security and significance in the relationship. Her "it's fine" might actually mean, "I wish you'd show me I'm just as important as your plans." It's not about asking for permission, but about seeking reassurance that her place in your life is unshaken. For a high-value man, this is where your actions speak louder than her words. Before you leave, take a moment to validate her feelings. A small gesture, telling her you'll text her while you're out, giving her a genuine hug, or reminding her that you can't wait to see her later can go a long way. Stoicism teaches us that trust is earned, not through grand declarations, but through consistency in the little things. By showing her that her emotions matter, even when she downplays them, you create a relationship rooted in emotional safety, and in that space, both of you can thrive, knowing that neither has to pretend to be fine. Number 8. The lie of "I don't need anything." You've heard it before, her saying, "I don't need anything," especially when your anniversary is near or her birthday is around the corner. It's tempting to take it at face value, but here's the truth. This isn't about needing things. It's about wanting thoughtfulness. When a woman says, "I don't need anything," it's rarely literal. What she's often saying is, "I don't want to ask for something. I want you to know me well enough to give me what I didn't have to ask for." It's a subtle dance between independence and the deep desire to feel understood. It's not about material gifts. It's about emotional presence, the effort of paying attention to the little things that matter to her. Psychologically, this behavior ties to the concept of implicit communication. Often, women somehow believe that love should be intuitive, that if you truly care, you will know without needing to be told. It's not a game. It's an unspoken hope that your actions will reflect your understanding of her. For a high-value man, this is an opportunity, not a trap. Don't let her words lull you into complacency. Reflect on what she cherishes. Maybe it's a handwritten note, a simple gesture, or recreating a memory that matters to her. By surprising her with thoughtfulness, you affirm her importance without her needing to spell it out. Stoicism reminds us that true love is about action, not empty words. By giving without being asked, you cultivate a bond built on understanding and care. In this lie, there's no malice, just an invitation for you to step up and show her that she doesn't have to ask to be seen. Number 9. I don't think about anyone else. Have you ever asked her, casually or not, if she ever thinks about someone from her past? And she replies, I don't think about anyone else, just you. It's comforting, even flattering, but the truth? It's not as simple as it sounds. Humans are complex, and memories don't just disappear. Whether it's an ex she once loved, a fleeting crush, or even an imagined ideal, thoughts of others can cross her mind. But here's the twist. Her words aren't a denial of those thoughts. They're a reassurance that those thoughts don't threaten what she has with you. She's telling you that, despite any passing flickers of memory or curiosity, you are the one she chooses every day. Psychologically, this connects to the concept of selective memory framing. People naturally filter their thoughts to align with their present reality. She might think of someone else occasionally, but she consciously prioritizes her connection with you. Her "I don't think about anyone else" is less about factual truth and more about emotional truth. She's with you because she wants to be, and nothing else compares in her heart. By not letting insecurities cloud your judgment, you create a space where she feels safe to be honest, not just with you, but with herself. And in that honesty lies the foundation of real trust and love. Number 10. I love you for who you are. When she says, "I love you for who you are," it feels like the ultimate reassurance. She accepts you as you are, flaws and all. What could be more comforting? But here's the paradox. While her words are genuine, there's often a silent subtext. She loves you for who you are now, yes, but she also hopes for who you could become. Love, especially in its healthiest form, isn't stagnant. It's dynamic, growing, evolving. When she says she loves you as you are, it doesn't mean she has no desires for improvement. It means she sees your potential. Maybe she wants you to take better care of your health, pursue your ambitions more fiercely, or show more emotional depth. These desires aren't rooted in dissatisfaction, they're born from care. She believes you're capable of more, and she wants to see you thrive. Psychologically, this aligns with the theory of self-expansion in relationships. People often seek partners who inspire growth, who make them better versions of themselves. Her love for you now doesn't negate her quiet hope for a shared future, where both of you are constantly improving. The stoic perspective is crucial here. It reminds us to focus on self-mastery, not for anyone else's approval, but because growth is integral to living a meaningful life. If she gently encourages you to change or improve, don't see it as criticism. See it as a reflection of her belief in your potential. A high-value man recognizes that love isn't just about acceptance, it's about partnership and growth. She loves you for who you are today, but she also dreams of who you could become tomorrow. And by striving to meet that vision, you show her that her faith in you is well placed. Thanks for watching.